King Wild Glory, the one at the back that hasn't joined the line. Tropical Lake lining up on the outside with number 13 and Dante in the green and brown hoops, and they're away. And King Wild Glory lose a bit of ground at the start. Also Touch and Gold behind out of the gate as they race towards the first of the 8 flights. Double Symphony the leader, from Fatak in second. They're followed by Rizyard and then Derrymoyle. Close up on the outside is Borough 8 with Tropical Lake. As they come now to the flight of hurls in front of the stands, it's Double Symphony in the lead. Charlie Swan by a couple of lengths from Fatak, and then comes Rizyard, Borough 8 on the outside without equal the rails. They're followed by Catastrophe and Derrymoyle, and behind these is Tropical Lake with Anusha, then Cockney Lad, Family Way on the inside, then Diplomatic, and behind these is Native Portrait with Thatch and Golden and Dante, and then Heist and King Wild Glory brings up the rear as they head towards flight number 2. Double Symphony the leader by 2.5 to 3 lengths from Fatak. Borough 8 the top weight on the outside of Rizyard, without equal next on the inside. At the second now, Double Symphony, Fatak, Borough 8, then without equal Rizyard, Catastrophe, then Anusha. Derrymoyle landed flat-footed, then Cockney Lad and Family Way. Tropical Lake is next with Diplomatic, and then Thatch and Golden, Native Portrait and Dante. Heist last, but one last of all is King Wild Glory. Coming to flight number 3, Double Symphony, tracked by Fatak in the green colours, then Borough 8 on the outside, Catastrophe, the second of the English Raiders. Next on the rail is without equal, then Rizyard, Derrymoyle, Anusha behind Anusha on the inside, Family Way, Cockney Lad in mid-division with Tropical Lake on his outside as they make the turn in pretty murky conditions here at Leopardstown. Very damp as they run around the turn there, and there's a faller on the flat on the bend there as they swing down the far side of the course. The Double Symphony, it looks as if it's Family Way that could be the one that's come down there on the turn as they race down the far side towards the next flight. And the leader, Double Symphony, followed by Fatak, then Borough 8, and they're followed on the outside by Catastrophe, and behind Catastrophe on the inside is without equal, and then comes Rizyard, and behind Rizyard on the inside is Diplomatic. As they jump the first down the back, Double Symphony the leader, being followed in second place on the outside by Fatak, and then comes Borough 8, then Catastrophe, and behind these on the inside is without equal, then Rizyard. Behind Rizyard is Diplomatic, and then comes Anusha with Derrymoyle. On the outside of these is Cockney Lad, then Tropical Lake, and Thatch and Gold, Native Portrait and Dante. Then comes Heist, and finally King Wild Glory. It was Family Way that came down on the bend. Francis Woods appears to be okay as they race on now with 3 to jump. And on the outside, Fatak pressing Double Symphony for the lead. Borough 8's just behind them with Catastrophe, without equals, running a big race on the inside. Then Rizyard, Diplomatic and Derrymoyle come next, and they're followed on the outside by Cockney Lad. Double Symphony and Fatak, the leading pair, as they start the run to the second last bend. Double Symphony in the lead, narrowly, from Fatak in second. Borough 8 is third. Catastrophe is on the outside. Rizyard is not far. Derrymoyle and Cockney Lad without equals on the inside. Then comes Diplomatic and Anusha running around in the mist towards the second last flight, and it's still Double Symphony the leader. Catastrophe is there on the outside of Fatak. Cockney Lad's making significant progress, the favourite in fourth. As they come to the second last, Double Symphony, Catastrophe, Fatak, Cockney Lad just behind them with Derrymoyle. And over it and racing towards the home turn, Thatch and Gold has gone there at the back, but it's Double Symphony the leader. Double Symphony, Catastrophe, Derrymoyle. Cockney Lad is on the outside as they level up for the final flight in the Ladbroke hurl. Double Symphony, Derrymoyle, Cockney Lad the near side. Catastrophe is just behind them in fourth. Coming out of the last, and Cockney Lad comes there on the near side to take it up. Derrymoyle the far side, Double Symphony 3. Anusha's running on just behind them, then Catastrophe, Fatak and Tropical Lake, but it's Derrymoyle and Cockney Lad at the final flight. Derrymoyle lands in front from Cockney Lad. Anusha's putting in a big run on the near side. Double Symphony in 4, and then comes Andante from a long way back, but it's Anusha on the near side. He's putting in the big finish. Anusha the near side, Derrymoyle the far side as they race up to the line. Anusha and Shane Broderick. Anusha's won the Ladbroke. Derrymoyle is second. Cockney Lad 3, 4 Andante, 5 Double Symphony, 6 is Catastrophe, and then Diplomatic and Heist, and behind Heist King Wild Glory. They're followed across the line by Borough 8, and then Rizyard, and behind Rizyard was Tropical Lake. After Tropical Lake was Native Portrait. Behind Native Portrait was Fatak, who was there for a long way, and without equal trails in last. So number 9, Anusha, owned by Mr. G.A. Huggard, trained by Michael Hourigan and ridden by Shane Broderick, has given the sponsors and other bookmakers a big result in the Ladbroke hurl. Anusha the winner, 25 to 1. Shane Broderick in the saddle. Derrymoyle on the far side in second, and Family Way, the well